clips, 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 where the clips, 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 we want clips, bro. Clips, 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 where the clips.
Yeah. Let's talk UFC for a minute, right? So there's a fight coming up. I'm sure I'll make a clip of this before the fight happens, but let's see. It's Kamaru Usman versus, what's his name? Jesus. Jorge Masvidal. Kamaru Usman versus Masvidal. Should be a great fight. Masvidal has a full camp, so you know that whole thing they were talking about excuses or whatever, all of that should be null and void. He has a full camp. We're gonna see what he does. Masvidal versus Usman. I definitely think if I had to put cash on it, I don't bet because you know it's not really. But my excuses I'm gonna say is that it's against my religion, right? So if I had to put money down, it would be on Usman, right? They talk about how he doesn't have power, but at the end of the day, he did break somebody's jaw, and that's in a recent fight. And considering how the coach that he's working with, I don't know his name, I think it might be Trevor. Considering how he's a striking coach, I definitely think his punches might be sharper, and I definitely think he's going to do some damage, and I think that he's most definitely looking to make this a striking match against Usman. Now, the fight that I'm most interested in seeing is going to be Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas. Now, first off, let me start off by saying, you know, women fighters, you know what I mean? They do their thing, they got their due diligence, you know what I'm saying? They're grinding. They're training to be what they consider the best. So, in regards, you know, to Weili Zhang, I think she's a phenomenal athlete. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, you look at her body, it looks amazing. When she walks sometimes, it looks like something might be off, like something might be stiff, or maybe she might be overworking something, but she looks amazing, man. She's in phenomenal shape, and definitely looking forward to seeing sort of what she does. But let me just say this. I'm a believer in Rose. I'm a believer in Thug Rose. Some shit that fighters say is just like, you know, the pre-CTE, like you could see, like, the shit with the whole red situation, she's red and shit, I don't understand that. But it seems like when Weili Zhang have fighters, everyone sort of tries to push the limit on trying her because maybe she's foreign. Like even the last fight, the notorious, I forgot her name, but she walked out that shit looking like an alien, huh? But I forgot what I was saying. I'm thinking about how her face looked now. It's like, man, that fight, she got wrecked in that fight. But yeah, Weili Zhang versus Rose, right? I think like Rose is phenomenal. Honestly, I'm gonna start off by saying this. I'm gonna start off by saying this. First and foremost, Rose should have never paused. Rose should have never ever lost her title. Okay, Rose should have never lost her title. She was working that girl, Andrade. She was working that girl the whole time, and then, you know, catastrophe happened. Actually, when it happened, I thought for a second, I was like, yo, this is illegal. Like, what she just did was an illegal move. I never thought that you'd be able to drop someone on the head like that. But dropping on her on the head, she won the belt. Of course, she lost it immediately to Weili Zhang. Rose should have never lost her title. Everyone that Weili Zhang beat, I think Rose have already beat. And Rose's fighting style, I love it. You know, she's nice with the striking. She's nice with the jiu-jitsu. They said Weili Zhang have been working on her jiu-jitsu. I think the fact that her coaches brought it up means that, like, you know what I'm saying, it's probably a weak point for her. And they're saying like, oh yeah, you know, if you're thinking about jiu-jitsu, she's been working on it. So another thing about Weili Zhang, right? Her camp keep on mentioning the fact of her camp keep on mentioning the fact of like aggression, her ability to push through. Even her jiu-jitsu coach says that she looks for finishing. As soon as she fights, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, she gets you on the ground, she's looking to finish. First of all, in jiu-jitsu, that could be a bad thing. If you're looking to finish immediately, then it's like, against someone who's super experienced, they can lead you into a trap because you're always looking to do the move to finish. So if you're always looking to do the move to finish, they could technically be one step ahead of you. Like they could be like, all right, so if I move right here, you're gonna try to move right here to finish. So I know I can just bait you into something else and triangle you. And with Rose, her flow is sort of like, right, so with Rose, her flow is sort of like, it's like she flows when it comes to jiu-jitsu like water. So it's like, he said be like water. Rose sort of like flows like water. So when it comes to her jiu-jitsu, I definitely think that she might be able to bait her into something. Now, Weili Zhang Camps keeps on speaking about aggression and being aggressive. But the whole thing is that she was aggressive against God, I can't remember her name, but her last fight, her Hall of Fame fight. But we've seen that she took her into deep waters, you know. And I think that Rose, when you seen in her last fight, her opponent, she kept on baiting her, but she was like scared to pull the trigger on a lot of her baits. Like she baited her to a lot of openings, but she bailed out of them. I think Rose is gonna capitalize on it. Like if she see an opening, I don't think she's gonna like hesitate, because I think she knows that she can take more damage. She can take more of Weili punches than her past opponent. I think that she knows that she's tougher than her past opponent, so I think she knows that she can take more damage. They talk about aggression, but you think about it, the most aggressive fighter is usually the one that gasses out first. And I think that will be her downfall when it comes to Rose if it happens. If she gasses at all like she did in her previous fight, it might be her doom. It might be her doom, honestly, you know? But Rose is a monster, and I think I actually think Rose can beat her in striking. I think Rose can beat her in striking because I do believe that Rose is bigger than her, one, and Rose is a phenomenal striker. I think she's a better striker than everyone that she's faced, included, damn, what is that lady's name? I think Rose can do it. I think Rose can take it. I'm definitely pro Thug Rose. Her relationship with her man, you know, I love it, but it's, you know, it's weird, and I guess it's them, but you know, I don't know, I guess it's, you know, find happiness where you can, but I know I love it, but something's off. That's what I'm going to say. I love it. I love the relationship, but something's off about it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pretend like there's something like a little off about it. No? Yeah? There's something a little off about it. But I'm hoping for Rose. She never should have lost the title, and Weili Zhang's about to forfeit it to its rightful owner. I think maybe she wasn't fully ready for it, and maybe it was perfect that she tasted it, lost it, and now that she's about to gain it again. Weili Zhang is a hard puncher, but Rose is a phenomenal striker, and I think she has a way of managing with her cardio and pushing it to where she can strike where she's at her weakest. Now, when Weili Zhang faced her last fight, the one that's going in the Hall of Fame, I can't remember that lady's name for my life, and I feel so bad because she's an OG, but and some would say she may have won that fight, but the looks of her, you know, the damage that was done to her was just like, it was definitely a negative look for her. But I'm taking Rose, and that's the fight that I'm looking forward to seeing the most.
Clips, we're the clips. We want clips, bro.